Hi friends, Allie here. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this Picot stocking. If you're familiar with my patterns, you know I have a lot of Picot patterns. They use one of my favorite crochet stitches, the Picot single crochet stitch. It's this tiny little bump stitch that gives a project such a cool and fun texture, so I love using it, and with the holidays coming up, what better project than a stocking? In this video, I'll be making the green and white two-tone stocking, but you can also make it solid colored, candy cane stripes, or multicolored stripes. For these striped ones, all I did was change colors every 4 rounds, starting after the toe. This pattern uses a 4-round repeat, so it's super easy to make these stripes, but feel free to be creative and use colors however you'd like. This stocking measures approximately 17 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide. I used a medium 4-weight yarn, but you could also use a bulky 5 or super bulky 6-weight yarn and a larger hook if you wanted to make your stocking larger. If you want to follow along with the free written crochet pattern for the Picot stocking, you can find it on my blog, theturtletrunk.com, or you can purchase the ad-free printable PDF from my Etsy and Ravelry shops. I'll leave links to all those places in the description box below. I'll also link to my Picot playlist and holiday playlist here on my YouTube channel if you want to check out more videos from me. Now, if you're ready to get started, let's head over to our supply list and let's get making. For this tutorial, you'll need medium 4-weight yarn in 2 colors. I'll be using Big Twist Living in the colors Cream and Sage. You'll also need a 5mm or H crochet hook, yarn needle, and scissors. We're going to start by making the toe with color A. Begin by making a magic circle. To make a magic circle, wrap the tail end of your yarn around your index finger and your middle finger. When you come around a second time, cross the yarn over like so. Then take your hook and go under the first strand, grab the second strand and pull it under. Then remove your fingers and chain 1 to secure the loop. And there we have a magic circle. Now for round 1, we will work 8 half double crochets into the circle. To half double crochet, yarn over and insert your hook into the circle, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. There is 1 half double crochet, so we'll repeat around for a total of 8 half double crochets. Once you have 8 half double crochets, we can close up the circle by pulling tight on the tail end here. Then we will join to the top of the first half double crochet with a slip stitch. To slip stitch, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop and pull through the loop on your hook. Then chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch throughout the pattern, so we will work our first stitch into the same space we joined to. So for round 2, we will work 2 half double crochets into each stitch around. So working our first half double crochet into the same stitch we joined to, and then we're going to work a second half double crochet into the same stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way around for round 2. So work 2 half double crochets into each stitch around. At the end of round 2, you should have a total of 16 stitches. Join to the top of the first half double crochet with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now on to round 3. Work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch. Then work 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. We will repeat that around for round 3, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 2 half double crochets into the next. At the end of round 3, your stitch count will now be 24. Join with a slip stitch and chain 1. For round 4, work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. Then we will repeat working 1 half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, then 2 half double crochets into the next. Again, work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, then 2 half double crochets in the next. Repeat this until only 1 stitch remains. Work 1 half double crochet into the last stitch of round 4. At the end of the round, you should have 32 stitches. Join and chain 1. Now on to round 5. Work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then work 2 half double crochets in the next. And we'll repeat that around. 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, then 2 half double crochets in the next. I'm just coming up to the end of round 5, which will be the last round of our toe. So on the last stitch of this round, I'm going to change to color B. So I've already worked 1 half double crochet in the stitch and I need 1 more. So I'm going to start the stitch as normal, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. But before making that final pull through, I'm going to drop color A and pull through with color B. So pull through with color B, leaving a long enough tail end that you can weave that in later. And now I'm going to carry on with color B. Now for the next round, we will be working all of our stitches into the 3rd loop only, and that's going to give us a sort of ribbing effect around our stocking. So when we join here, before that round, we want to join to the 3rd loop only of that first stitch, and that will give us a cleaner color change and a cleaner join. So if you look at the top of your stitches, you will see 2 loops on the top. That's our front loop and our back loop. And if you look on the back of the half double crochet stitch, there is another loop, which is our 3rd loop. So join to that 3rd loop and chain 1. And now we're ready for round 6. If you're making a 2-tone stocking like me, then you can cut off color A because we won't be using it again until the heel. If you're doing stripes and we'll be using color A again soon, then you can leave it attached. If you do cut it off, be sure to leave a long enough tail end to weave in later. Okay, I changed my background because I think the green is easier to see on the white background. So now we're ready for round 6. So for round 6, we will work 1 half double crochet in the 3rd loop only in each stitch around. So starting in that same stitch we join to, then repeating in each stitch around. I'm just coming up to the end of round 6. We're going to join to the top of the first half double crochet, and we're working in the top 2 loops again. Chain 1. Now on to round 7, and round 7 is where we'll work our picot single crochet stitches. When you work a picot single crochet stitch, you push it out and it'll bump out on the opposite side. So we need to turn our work. and work this round on the other side so that our Picot single crochet stitches show on the front of our stocking. We're going to work into the last half double crochet from the previous round, not the slip stitch, so you can see that here. So start with the Picot single crochet, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook again, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook once more, then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. You'll have this chain 3 here, push it to the back, then we'll work our next stitch. So next, single crochet into the next stitch. And you can see here on this side, you can't see the Picot single crochet stitch, but if you look on the front, you can see it poking out. So to continue, single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to repeat around. Picot single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Again, to Picot single crochet, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook again, yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook once more, then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, push the chain 3 to the back, then single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. I'm coming up to the end of round 7. Make sure that you have 40 stitches around and that you don't miss that last stitch. Then join to the top of the first stitch and chain 1. Then we're going to turn again so that the right side of our stocking is facing us. Now we're on to round 8. So working back the way we just came, we're going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch around, starting in the last single crochet from the previous round. Again, not the slip stitch, but the last single crochet. So you can see here, there's the last single crochet. So we'll work there. If you do work in the slip stitch, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you only work 40 stitches around. So single crochet into each stitch around. And if the Picot single crochet stitches get in the way, you can just push them over with your thumb to get behind them. And if any of them do get pushed through, you can just pick them back out. At the end of round 8, join to the top of the first single crochet and chain 1. Now for round 9, we will work 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. I'm just coming up to the end of round 9. Now, if you're making a striped stocking, you can change colors here and every 4 rounds if you'd like. The rest of the pattern basically just repeats these last 4 rounds other than adding in the heel. The only difference is the round with the Picot single crochet stitches. We will change where those are worked within that round so that they are staggered evenly on the stocking. So since you're familiar with the rounds now, I will go a little quicker through the rounds until we get to the heel. So to continue on, at the end of round 9, we are going to join to the 3rd loop, then chain 1. Now on to round 10. For round 10, we are going to work 1 half double crochet in the 3rd loop only in each stitch around. At the end of round 10, join, chain 1, and turn. For round 11, single crochet into the first stitch, then picot single crochet into the next stitch, then single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Then repeat the last 4 stitches around until 3 stitches remain. So picot single crochet into the next stitch, then single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, repeat around until 3 stitches remain. I have 3 stitches left at the end of round 11, so picot single crochet in the next, and single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. Then join, chain 1, and turn. For round 12, work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 12, join and chain 1. For round 13, work 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 13, join to the 3rd loop, then chain 1. For round 14, work 1 half double crochet in the 3rd loop only in each stitch around. At the end of round 14, join, chain 1, and turn. For round 15, single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. Then picot single crochet into the next stitch. Then single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then repeat the last 4 stitches around until 2 stitches remain. In the last 2 stitches, work a picot single crochet, then a single crochet. Then join, chain 1, and turn. Now on to round 16. For round 16, work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 16, join and chain 1. For round 17, work 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. At the end of round 17, join to the 3rd loop, then chain 1. Then for rounds 18 to 21, so the next 4 rounds, just repeat rounds 6 to 9. So round 18, half double crochet in the 3rd loop only. Round 19, picot single crochet in the first stitch, then single crochet in the next 3 stitches. round 20, single crochet in each stitch around, then round 21, half double crochet in each stitch around. I'm just coming up to the end of round 21. At the end of the round, join to the third loop and chain 1. Then we're going to work our heel. I'm going to leave color B attached here because I'll come back to it after we work the heel. And I'm going to grab color A, which will be my heel color. And we're going to skip the first 10 stitches and attach our yarn to the 11th stitch. So skip 10, attach to the 11th stitch, and we're going to attach to the third loop of that 11th stitch. So join your color A yarn, chain 1, then single crochet in the same stitch you joined to, and single crochet in each of the next 19 stitches, working in the third loop only. At the end of row 1, chain 1 and turn. For row 2, working in the top 2 loops as normal, single crochet 2 together. To do so, insert your hook into the first stitch and pull up a loop. Then insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then single crochet in each stitch across until 2 stitches remain. Single crochet 2 together in the last 2 stitches. Then chain 1 and turn. For rows 3 to 8, so the next 6 rows, repeat row 2 until only 6 stitches remain. So single crochet 2 together in the first 2 stitches, then single crochet across until 2 stitches remain, single crochet 2 together in the last 2 stitches, chain 1 and turn, and repeat until only 6 stitches remain. I'm at the end of row 8. We only have 6 stitches now. And now we're going to do the opposite of what we just did. So we decreased the ends by 2 stitches, and now we're going to increase the ends by 2 stitches to get us back to 20 stitches across. So chain 1 and turn if you haven't already. And for row 9, work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, then single crochet in each stitch across until only 1 stitch remains. Then work 2 single crochets into the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Then for rows 10 to 15, the next 6 rows, repeat row 9 until there are 20 stitches across. So work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, single crochet across until only 1 stitch remains, then work 2 single crochets into the last stitch, chain 1 and turn, and repeat until there are 20 stitches across. I just finished row 15, and here is our heel so far. Now we just need to seam it up. We're going to fold this over and it will give us a nice heel shape. So grab a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. Cut your yarn, leaving at least a 10-inch long tail because we'll be using this to seam up one side of our heel. So we want to fold our heel backwards. So we have the right side of our stocking facing up. So we're going to fold our heel the opposite way backwards so that when we're done seaming it, we will fold it back over the correct way, just so our seam lines are on the inside, not the outside of our stocking. So fold your heel and then thread the yarn through a needle, and we are going to whip stitch the ends of the heel together. Working across the opening, insert your needle through one side to the other, then bring it back over and repeat across. Try working just on the edges, just grabbing the outer loops. At the end, secure your yarn with a few knots and weave in your end. Cut and attach a new 10-inch strand of yarn on the other side and repeat the seaming instructions on the other side. Once your heel is complete, you can fold it the right way, and then we will continue where we left off with color B on round 22. You can see our stocking now taking shape. And this next round will be a bit weird because we're working around the heel. But after that, our rounds will go back to normal and we'll just be repeating what we were doing before the heel. So let's move on to round 22. For round 22, half double crochet in the third loop only in each of the first 10 stitches. Now we're at the heel and we're going to work a single crochet 2 together to join to the heel and to minimize the gap here. There's already a lot of strain on this third loop our heel is attached to, so we don't want to stretch it anymore. And if you just jump straight to the top stitch on the heel, there will be a big gap there. So to minimize the gap, we're going to work a single crochet 2 together, working in the side of this stitch here, which is from row 1 of the heel. And we're going to single crochet 2 together here and in the first stitch on top of the heel. So insert your hook into this stitch here, row 1 from the heel, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then insert your hook into the first stitch on the top of the heel, and then we're going to work across the heel. So insert your hook into that first stitch, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and now we can work up our heel. So half double crochet in each of the next 18 stitches. Now on the other side of the heel, we're going to single crochet 2 together again to get back to the body of our stocking. So start your single crochet in the last stitch of the heel, then work into the last stitch from row 1 of the heel. Then working in the body of the stocking, half double crochet in the third loop only in the last 10 stitches. At the end of the round, join and chain 1, and then turn. Now we're on to round 23. Single crochet into the first stitch, then picot single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, then repeat the last 4 stitches around until 3 stitches remain. In the last 3 stitches, work a picot single crochet and 2 single crochets. Then join, chain 1 and turn. Now for round 24, work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. At the end of the round, join and chain 1. For round 25, half double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of the round, join into the 3rd loop and chain 1. And now for the rest of the stocking, we're just going to continue our round repeats. I'll put the written instructions on the screen and you can pause here to follow them, and then I'll catch back up with you and we'll move on to the cuff for our stocking. I am on the last stitch of round 45 and I'm going to change to color A on this last stitch for my cuff. At the end of the round, join, then we're ready to start the cuff. You can also cut off color B now as well as we're done with that. For our cuff, chain 13. Feel free to chain more or less to make your cuff longer or shorter. Then single crochet in the 2nd chain from the hook and in each chain across. Then working back into round 45, slip stitch into each of the next 2 stitches. So not including the stitch we joined to for our foundation chain, but work into the next 2 stitches beside it. Then turn and we'll work back up the cuff. For row 2, we'll single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across. So if looking at the top of our stitches, the one closest to you is the front loop and the one furthest away from you is the back loop. So we will single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across. Make sure you're not working into the slip stitches that we just worked. You want to make sure that you're working into the single crochets. At the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. Now working back down the cuff, single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across. Then working back into round 45, slip stitch into each of the next 2 stitches. Then turn. Then again for row 4, single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across. At the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. Then we're just going to repeat these 2 rows until the end of row 39. At the end of row 39, there will be only 1 stitch left from round 45, so slip stitch into that last stitch. Then turn. And for row 40, we will single crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across 1 more time. At the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. And now we will join the ends of our cuff together by slip stitching through the last row we worked and the foundation chain. So hold the ends together and slip stitch across, working into corresponding stitches on both sides. When you get to the end, you can cut off your yarn, weave in your ends, and fold over the cuff. Then you can leave your stocking as is or add a hanging loop. You can use string, ribbon, or a strip of leather for a hanging loop, or I will show you now how to make a yarn hanging loop. Attach your yarn to the inside of your stocking around the 20th stitch from round 45. Then chain 12. Feel free to chain more or less to make your hanging loop longer or shorter. Then join back to the base of your chain. Cut off your yarn and weave in your ends. And there we have our Picot stocking. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget you can find this pattern and many more free crochet patterns on my blog, theturtletrunk.com. Be sure to also check out my Picot playlist and holiday playlist for more videos like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.